this PlayStation Bro! Dozens of bros! Ronan the Bro-Berry, Snake, Broskin, Brominator. There's so many bros! Ash Williams, Mr. Enderbro. I can't keep track of all these bros! Online on Coach Co-op! Play if you're bros! Destroy the terrorists! Rodents! Versus bro! Hell yeah! What an intense bro and bro battle! More explosions! Bro Station! BroForce!
Alright, so what would happen if you took the StarCast and the Expendables franchise and created a shoot 'em up game with so many characters in it you thought it was on par with Mugen? Well, my fellow viewer, BroForce is what you will get. BroForce is a 2D shoot 'em up side-scrolling game created by the indie developers Free Lives, responsible for the games Gorn, a VR game in which you play as a fighter in first-person view, killing other people in battle arenas, and the other game in which is kinda difficult to explain to your friends and sometimes your significant other. Actually, why would you even possess such a questionable game? Good luck on explaining that. BroForce was published by Devolver Digital and features the likeness of various main characters found within the pop and iconic action films from the late 80s to early 2000s. It also features a classic on-couch co-op so you can play with actual bros. Remember those? It's called human interaction. Anyway, Free Lives development of BroForce probably dates back to 2010 to 2011, I believe. Back then, it was only simply known as Ram Bros. The game would lay the basic mechanics and themes for what would later on be transferred into the final project we have today. BroForce was released on October 15, 2015, and if you don't know by now, I like to rock out with a PS4 version, so let's get into this review. The game looks pretty good in its two-dimensional art direction. Each character looks like a perfect miniature representation of their originals. This game kinda did what the world of Final Fantasy did with their franchise characters, which is they took the characters that many people know and love and just compacted it all to fit perfectly into the game aesthetics. The pixel art that makes up this game looks like a lot of attention to detail was put into it. The colors pop out at you with maximum quality when you see things explode, and when your enemies are decapitated it looks gratifying. The overworld and where you select where to go looks good too, with funny animations here and there to stand out as landmarks. The hand-drawn animations for the characters when they're introduced with their funny BroForce interpretation is quite interesting to say the least. Overall, this game looks great. The sound effects in this game lives up to the expectations of its obnoxiousness. The sounds of the bombs and bullets firing from the guns pack a punch. The sound of decapitated enemies sounds satisfying. The chuckling of an enemy motivates you to kill them even more, and my personal favorite is when hearing the enemy scream before meeting their demise. Other than that, occasionally hearing the dude's macho voice from the trailer is all over this game, and it never gets old. The music of BroForce is done by Dion Van Herden, an artist that does awesome work in regards to composing music for various mediums such as trailers, films, and games. Check out his website to see his work. The link will be provided in the description below. Dion's work in regards to BroForce sounds exactly what you would expect from a soundtrack that belongs to a movie directed by Michael Bay. What you'll hear sounds epic and mostly high in energy. Some of the songs you will find on the OST sounds like Death Clock with shredding guitar riffs and choirs. And last but not least, the love of American symbolism satired in the single Ballad of Rambo is just hilarious, along with the rocked out version of the Star Spangled Banner. These two would give a boner to anyone who believes the USA is the best place God ever allowed to be created on Earth. The instrumentation provided in BroForce OST is very well crafted for such a ridiculous game as BroForce. In other words, it's awesome. Link to BroForce OST will be available in the description as well. Oh, and check out that music video for the Ballad of Rambo. I never laughed so hard at the cheesiness of it. It's so bad it's good. It's It's kinda like some of the movies that these games got its characters from. In BroForce, the player is sent into various areas to eliminate enemies on behalf of the United States of America. From there, things just get outrageous. There's really not a story to this game at all. This is the type of game that is not meant to be played for the story so as much as for the gameplay and spectacle reasons. All you need to know is that the term bro will be used a lot and will be incorporated somehow into the names of the many characters you play as. And that's about it. Don't try to make sense of it, or else this will happen to you. The gameplay of BroForce is similar, if not somehow inspired by the classic Contra games. In those, you simply move about your levels, beginning from the left to get to your destination, which is stereotypically on the right, gunning down and blowing up enemies along the way. In BroForce, you play as various bros whose mission is to secure areas from enemies and get to the helicopter, thus regulating that area. Every time you do a mission, you are given a random bro to play as, each with their own unique signature move reminiscent of the intellectual property that they belong to. In addition, each bro has their light attacks and special attacks which utilize their weapon of choice along with the ability to hang on and climb ledges. Each stage comes with their own various types of enemies such as suicide bombers, buff dudes with machine guns, shooters, and other types that's best experienced rather than spoiled by me. Also in various levels, you're also going to come across a few boss fights, so try not to die. On each stage you have the opportunity to save another bro who is held captive. This will add another life to yourself, increasing the chances of completing the stage. However, once you save a bro, the current one that you're playing with will be replaced by the random one you just saved. This forces the player to become more flexible with the playstyles and more familiar with the advantages and disadvantages of each bro. There are certain advantages the player have, one in which is the ability to manipulate the stage itself to get a one-up on your enemies. If there is a way that seems like certain death, you can create a tunnel by repeatedly attacking the stage. Another advantage is the setting off chain reactions like attacking a gas tank to cause massive explosions to obliterate your foes. Be careful though, because sometimes you can unintentionally cause so much chaos and mayhem to the point where it can backfire and kill you in unpredictable ways, so proceed with caution. But above all else, keep in mind that no matter how tough these bros are, they kinda are sensitive because it only takes one shot for them to be out of commission. As time went by, I guess the developers were like, why not we add more to this game? So over time, at this very moment while you're watching this review, there may be updates still being released. This is kinda nice because it allows the gamers the opportunity to have front row seats of what this game mutates and evolves into. Some of the free updates that have been added to this game had themes that are of course based off of action movies like Alien. But enough about that, I think it's about time for me to give my rating on BroForce. Taking into account my experience with this game, I give it a 10 out of 10. BroForce is fun and does not take itself seriously. Its charms and its over-the-top presentation and simple premise makes it easier for anyone to pick up the stick and just play. If the next time you're at a house party or just want something to play with your buddies, I advise you to pick this game up. The price will only run you $15, so hopefully it's not too much to break your bank. BroForce is available for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. I recommend subscribing to FreeLive's YouTube channel, Discord, and Twitch. I consider them one of the few teams that actually interact with the people that support them. Plus, it's fun seeing them work on things and just them being them goofy selves. When you see them go live, pop in every now and then and show them some love. Tell them dyxnt sent you. One of our dyxnt members was actually speaking to one of the members of FreeLive who goes by the name of Terrance Mentor. At the time, he was working on a new game called Second Earth on the YouTube live stream.
Yes. So doing a review on BroForce soon. That is awesome. Please send it to me. Support at freelives.net is the best place to send it to, so I would love to read your review, especially if it talks about how handsome the community manager is. That'll be great.
According to Khalil, he said that during his interactions with Terrance, he can still see that he hasn't lost his inner kid, which is a powerful thing to hold on to. Even though we all grow up and become adults, it's really not good for you to lose that part of yourself, because that is the very part where your creativity and imagination will always cause or spark new discoveries, like genital jousting. New ways of doing things and always give new life to bigger and better things, like genital jousting. especially if you're a person who is passionate and has drive. You never know what ideas could actually be groundbreaking. Thoughts that could be somewhat seen as silly or even ridiculous could actually be proven to be something worthwhile. So don't give up on your inner kid and go for it. You never know what might happen. Here's a clear example.
Some of us went to Amaze in Berlin, and Genital Jousting won an award! Woo!
This is John. John has an ordinary life.
Now we're all back in the office making more games! Those guys, not me, I just shot at people.
These are just a few characteristics that Terrance Khalil picked up on during their brief moments of their interactions. Keep up the awesome work, Terrance, and to everybody over there at Free Lives. On your spare time, go check out the live action feature of BroForce done by Forge House. You'll get a few laughs out of it, I promise you. Anyway, until next time, peace y'all.